Well, here we are at the Cuckmere Inn, formerly the Golden Galleon. We've got the coastal path signed here, and here is the bridge that is going to be replaced. And we'll come back and look at that in some detail in a moment. And what we're going to do now is just run through the car park where we have an existing licence with Mitchell and Butler, and it's actually a really nice location. We'll just take a quick look at the view. The agreement is still in place for cyclists to utilise this route rather than the busy A259, and perfect timing. A couple of cyclists making the way through. The gate's not ideal, but it does stop cyclists from entering the car park without seeing what's around them. Right, so we'll just pan round. Bad timing on my part, I would have opened it for you.
Sorry?
Said bad timing for me, should have opened it for you. Enjoy.
Yeah, thank you.
As we can see, this National Trust land, and this section we have a permissive agreement by way of a letter from the National Trust, and that's one of the reasons I'm down here today, is to review the surfacing and the route with a view to perhaps including improvements to this section as mitigation measures for the proposed bridge that East Sussex are hoping to put through. This is a pretty rough flint and stone track, uneven, not really accessibility compliant, so you'd be hard pressed to get a wheelchair along here. The vegetation appears to be kept fairly well cut back. There is a reasonable width through here when the vegetation has been cut back and the margins and footprint fully exposed. It does become a bit of a quagmire during inclement times with puddling along the way. There appears to be some nice plants flourishing either side, so if we were to put this forward for resurfacing and mitigation measures, then we will need an ecology survey to let us know what's here. It was always thought that we might be able to get a field edge route in beside the path. That is something that we could possibly discuss with the National Trust now that the trial and the route, albeit advisory route, has been agreed. We have a bit of an incline here, evidencing the scouring and the dirt's being moved. We've got some roots coming through onto the path from the vegetation to the side. I suspect this may require a no-dig solution, but I'll leave that to our esteemed design and engineering colleagues to determine. I had assumed that farm vehicles occasionally use this track, but we have a bit of a pinch point here which suggests that they haven't used it for some time. Some more routes coming through. And we can see here where the flint and stone undercourse has been exposed. We'll just pause here for a moment to take in the view, which is fantastic. We have plenty of width through here. It's good to see that this has now been designated as a national trail, the England Coastal Path, and it's also good to see the signage showing the public footpath, which is a permissive cycle route, exactly what we've negotiated with the National Trust. So the England Coastal Path will go down to the seafront and take a different route. We're going to take the signed NCN2 alternative route over the fields towards Seaford. Now, so it's likely that we would probably only be able to surface to this point, and actually this is being very well kept in terms of being mowed. Quite a nice wide path, so someone's obviously considering the cyclists coming downhill, possibly meeting walkers and pedestrians and other users, and there's enough space at the entry to that gate to be able to not conflict with each other. We'll just pan round a bit quickly there, so I'll just pan round again. There's some nice wild flowers and grasses growing in the margins, and since the last visit we can see